We now have an improved way to manage our PDF files in OneDrive and SharePoint, and I'm going to walk you through how you can use them as part of a business process. The first feature we're going to look at is how to extract a piece of an existing PDF and use it in another document. In this scenario, I had Copilot write me an example how to write an effective project brief. And from this brief, I want to take out the section for tips on writing an effective project brief and combine it with another document. Now, the first thing that I like to do is use the table of contents and jump to the section that I want to extract. And the reason I do this is to check the page number because, as you'll see in a moment, the thumbnails for the different pages are a little bit hard to read, and I want to verify which page I'm going to pull out. And in this example, that's going to be page 5. Now I would like to draw your attention to the toolbar on the upper left-hand side of the screen. There's a little icon that looks like 2 pages with an arrow pointing out for extract PDF pages. When you click on that, the screen will change and you will see thumbnails for each page in the document. So I'm going to select page 5. Then go back to the left-hand side and click Extract. In the dialog box that pops up, you can go to the bottom and rename the file and then click Save Here. You could save it to any SharePoint or OneDrive location, but to keep it simple, I'm going to save to the same location. In this scenario, we have a project brief template, and we've noticed that people aren't putting in the correct details, so we want to add the writing tips to the template. To do that, I'm going to open the project brief template. In the toolbar on the top left side of the screen, we're going to select the icon that looks like a sideways arrow for Merge PDF Pages into a new PDF. Now, once I click this button, in the floating dialog box, you can see all of the PDFs that are in this specific location. Next, I will put a check mark next to the PDF for tips for writing a better brief. And when I do that, notice on the right-hand side of the dialog box, both files are listed, and they are listed in the order in which you selected them. If you would like to change the order, just hover your mouse over the file that you would like to move and drag it into a different order. So in this example, I want people to see the tips first and then the template. Now that I've done that, I will go to the bottom right corner of the dialog box and select Next. Give the file a new name and then click Save Here. Now that the PDF is ready, I'm going to close the original template and then refresh my screen so that the new file shows up in the folder. And you can see that the tips for writing the project brief is now the first page of this template. So with these 2 features, that's a quick way for you to repurpose information that you already have without starting from scratch. The third feature, to compress a PDF file size, is useful across multiple scenarios. Notice that this Threads and Microsoft Teams file is 470 gigabytes. When I open the file, you will see that it is a training guide with multiple images, and the images are the primary reason for the size of the file. We're going to go back to the toolbar on the upper left-hand side of the screen and click the Compress Your PDF icon, which looks like an arrow pointing down and up with a line in the middle. In the dialog box that pops up, it will tell you that you are going to reduce the PDF size by reducing the image quality. You have 3 different levels. Light compression will reduce it by 25%, medium is 50%, and heavy compression is 75%. Depending on how important the images are to the understanding of the file, you might want to choose a lighter compression. In this case, I'm going to go with medium and then click Save a Copy. And then click Save Here to keep it in the same folder. Now I'm going to close the file and refresh so that you can see that the new version of the file is now 368 gigabytes as compared to the original 470. Now, if I open up the new file, you will see that the images are slightly more pixelated than they were before. However, you can still understand the meaning of the instructions. So if I needed to save space in my OneDrive or SharePoint, this would be acceptable. In my opinion, the option to extract a piece of a PDF, combine PDF files, and compressing large file sizes is a much needed upgrade in SharePoint and OneDrive. Now, if Microsoft would add just one more PDF feature, what would you ask for? Drop me a comment below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.